guys, so today we are going to be recreating my dragcon makeup look, what I wore to dragcon. I've never gotten so many requests to do a video on it. I think it's because it was super different for me and I've never done a look like that before ever on my channel, let alone in life. So I think that's why all of you were like, we need a tutorial. I can't take full credit for this look. It was 100% inspired by It's Likely Makeup on Instagram. My friend Allison, who I was with, was telling me about her looks and how she does super unique ones. I saw this photo of hers and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do my makeup like that for DragCon. Anyway, we're gonna get started going into the makeup part of this video. I actually really like this makeup look because it's so easy. It's so easy. There's like no eyebrows involved at all, so it's great for me. And of course, we have to address the elephant in the room that NARS is no longer cruelty-free. Therefore, I will not be using any of their products in my videos anymore, unfortunately, which that sucks because I have a lot of PR stuff that I hadn't shown you yet because it wasn't out, and now I can't do that. So I feel bad, but I gotta send them a nice little email. For primer, I've been loving the Hourglass, what is it called? The Mineral Veil Primer. This is actually too drying for my skin, but the way my makeup looks on top of it is amazing. The pump is broken, so I usually just do this. It doesn't necessarily make it last all day. My makeup still kind of separates and whatnot, but the way it looks on the skin, it makes a huge difference. Like, using a good primer really makes a huge difference. And I'm not normally one to be, I'm a lazy person, you guys know that. I'm not one to be like, you need a really good expensive primer. This one was only like $22 for the travel size and it's gonna last me a while. For foundation, we're gonna mix a couple. Now in the original look that I did, I just did my normal foundation routine with a color that was matching my skin and everything. It was the Tarte Amazonian Clay foundation. I love that one. I really want to try the stick one, so if you have any thoughts on that, please let me know. But today we're gonna do a little bit of a lighter foundation because it's kind of a goth look and I think I want to just make my skin look lighter. So I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, which I do really like, and I'll get into points about this when we get into the foundation. And then I'm going to put in a couple NYX drops in Pale because it's really white. How I'm going to do this, I'm just going to take the little spatula, do a little boop boop on the Beauty Blender. Maybe two, I don't know. Perfect, that's exactly the color that I wanted. So I think I've talked about this foundation in the past and how I like it, but it doesn't last very long. Like, it doesn't last all day by any means. It maybe lasts 4 hours, 4 to 6 hours, depending on the weather. If I'm sweating, it's like 3 hours, but I really, really like the color of it and the coverage, and appearance-wise for drugstore foundation, it's pretty good. But I like other ones better. Honestly, that color matches my skin perfectly and isn't as light as I wanted to go, but that's okay. We're gonna go in with the light concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape. Amazing, perfect, all around, just amazing concealer. I'm obsessed with it. The biggest reason why I'm obsessed with it is the smell. I think I've talked about that before. I could literally smell this all day. I want it to be a perfume. In fact, it reminds me of a perfume I used to wear when I was in high school. I am obsessed with this concealer. I'm in the shade Fair Neutral, which this is actually like the third lightest shade or something like that, which is so weird to me. But yeah, I'm just gonna do my normal concealing. We're not getting into the gothy part yet. It's kind of boring intro. I should have done this off camera probably. And then I'm actually going to use the concealer to conceal my blemishes as well. So I'll just put some on my hand. It's way too much. I like to use a lot of product apparently, at least today. And just conceal some of my acne I got going on. The norm, you know. And then if I have extra on my hand, I ain't gonna let it go to waste. I'm gonna put it on my Beauty Blender and go over my blemishes even more. For setting the makeup, I'm gonna use the NYX HD powder, which I've been really into lately. It's so finely milled that it's like almost impossible to use with the Beauty Blender, but I make it work. I have really dry skin anyway, so I don't need to powder excessively, like especially don't inhale it. Mostly my I was gonna say T-zone, but I don't powder my forehead anymore, guys. There's a reason for that. I am getting up there in age. I have some fine lines in my forehead, and I noticed when I put powder on my forehead, it emphasizes those fine lines so much. So I don't powder over my forehead anymore. Now for contouring, I did do some pretty intense contouring, so that's what we're gonna do, some pretty intense contouring. I'm gonna use my Wet n Wild contour palette. Look guys, I hit pan. That's how much I love this. So worth the $3 to $4, however much it is. I also used the powder white shade, whatever. This is probably my favorite contour I've ever tried, ever. It's just perfect. The perfect color. It blends so nicely. Also, I'm not going to do any highlighter. I don't think I did highlighter on the day. I don't really remember. Sorry I'm doing this so late because I don't know why I was postponing it, honestly. But I do apologize. It's been so long since DragCon. It happened in May, at the end of May. So I've kind of forgotten exactly what products I've used, but hopefully this, I mean, I can still recreate it. And then for extra contouring and blending, I'm going to take a Real Techniques contour, did I even say that properly? Real Techniques contour brush, same product. Darken it and blend it. It's kind of our blush too. I love a good contour as a blush. Next, what I'll do is put on some spray of some kind. You can use a setting spray. My makeup isn't, I'm not gonna have it last that long today, so I'm not really going to waste my expensive Smashbox setting spray, so I'm just gonna use my Mario Badescu Rose Water as kind of a spray to help the powderiness. Now, for the eyebrows. So I obviously don't have eyebrows naturally. I mean, I do, you can see them, there's hair there. But I typically don't have dark hairs, obviously. So I could leave them like this, but I actually put concealer in my brows on the day, and that's a good technique to do if you don't want to bleach your eyebrows for a look. I mean, it doesn't work if you have like black eyebrows. It will lighten them and it'll still have like a really cool look. I think it looks really cool when dark eyebrows have concealer in them, but it's not going to be the full look, but it is a good way to kind of cover your eyebrows without gluing them down or bleaching them. So I'm just going to use my Tarte concealer and a spoolie. You can like steal one of these from Sephora probably. Basically, I just kind of put it in the concealer and then I will brush the concealer through my brows. Now obviously this might seem like an excessive step for me to do because I naturally don't really have much eyebrows, but I still think it adds a cool look because it looks like you put like white mascara in your eyebrows. You can tell the difference already. And then what I actually did is use a setting powder to just put on top of the concealer very, very gently. Kind of load it up a little bit and just lightly tap on there. And there you kind of have your bleached eyebrows look. Next I'm going to prime my eyes using the Kat Von D eye primer. I prefer to scroll it up and just put it on my finger directly and then pat it onto my eyelid. So it's less like tugging and rubbing on the eye. And then I will take this e.l.f. small tapered brush and the light color in the contour palette and just set that to give a nice base for us to blend on because we're gonna do a lot of blending, guys. Okay, so here's the hard part. I'm pretty sure I used my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette because it has the red shade and then a black shade. I'm pretty sure I used this. I could have used my Lime Crime Venus 2 for the red, but I don't currently have that right now. Sarah's borrowing it, so we're gonna do this. I'm pretty sure this is what I used. I can't really remember, but we're gonna use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. Everything on this look is matte, so there's no shimmer needed, so this palette works perfectly. I'm pretty sure this brush is still red from DragCon, so I'm just gonna use this one. So we're just gonna go into the red shade. This is gonna be very blown out, so feel free to just load up the brush and have at. The shape that you want to create is really up to you and your eye shape and whatever you're feeling that day. Important part of this is to blend it into your eye socket bone on the inner corner. I know it's going to feel really weird, but it's going to have a really cool effect and outcome. And I blend it all the way up to my eyebrow pretty much. My eyebrows are looking dark again. Is it like fading? Is that not a good concealer to use for that? That's kind of the look you're going for. It's not fully blended, obviously. You can extend it out farther if you want. Blend it up all the way to your eyebrow. You could even just do the top lid and not do the bottom. I really debated doing that when I saw how this looked. I thought it looked so cool, but I ended up doing the bottom. But you do whatever you want to do. You guys want to know something exciting? I'm starting to film my Halloween videos this week. In July, I'm going to start filming my Halloween videos. I could not be more excited. Oh my gosh, the plans I have for this year are going to be so amazing. You guys need to get excited. Even though I'm moving and I'm moving in August and probably in October as well. It's a long story. I think I've talked about it on You Now, but yeah, even though I'm moving twice in like a span of 3 months, I'm still gonna try to bust out those Halloween videos for you because I'm very excited about them. I have such good ideas. Now I'm just going to add to the lower lash line. Again, you could be super messy with this or concise, whatever floats your boat. So I finished up blending a little bit more. It doesn't have to be perfect, of course, and I put a little bit more concealer in my eyebrows to further enhance the blondness of them. So now we're gonna get into the black eyeshadow. Obviously, you could do your foundation last. That's probably the smarter thing to do when you're working with black eyeshadow and you're packing it on the lid, but I don't follow the rules, I don't know. There are no rules, just kidding. So yeah, we're just gonna go ham on this black. Kat Von D, I mean, look at that. That's just freaking opaque. Hard with hooded eyelids. You just get that line of where your crease is. Again, this is gonna depend on your eye shape and everything, but I'm just putting it all over my lid and bringing it up to like here where my normal crease is. Also, don't worry about blending yet. It's gonna look pretty bad at first. So in that break that I just took a second ago, I checked my Patreon page and, you know, this morning this look won for the Get Ready With Me, and then I just checked and now it's a tie with an all yellow Get Ready With Me, which I'm still gonna do everything in the poll, but now they're tied. So now I'm gonna look like a hypocrite and say, oh, you guys get to pick my topics every week, and then I ended up doing one that's not winning. So I used way more black than I did for the dragcon makeup. So this isn't gonna be exact, but I need to keep on blending. Honestly though, the messier it is, I think the cooler it looks because it makes it more grungy and not just like gothic. I hate using the term goth because I'm not like a legitimate goth or anything, and I don't want anyone to be offended if I say this is goth. It's just my goth interpretation. It's something that I wanted to do for DragCon, so hopefully no one takes offense to it. I cannot for the life of me find a black eyeliner to put on my damn waterline, and I can't find my pencil sharpener to sharpen any of the pencils that I have, so I can't really put anything on my waterline. I don't have anything except liquid eyeliner, and I'm not gonna do that. Maybe I'll do some false eyelashes. I don't know. What do I have? You know what? I'll try and use some really old false eyelashes that are probably actually from DragCon too. First, I'm going to use the Urban Decay Perversion mascara though, just on my lower lashes for now, and then I'll do false eyelashes. So there is the makeup finished with everything going on with the eyes and the face. But of course we have to do the iconic black lip that goes along with a goth look like this, which is Black Velvet from Lime Crime. Of course, I couldn't get it open. You can use a black eyeliner as lip liner, but since I can't find mine, I'm just gonna go right in. Oh, I should point out, I heavily overdrew my lips on the day because Marilyn Manson overdraws his lips, so that's my inspiration for the lips. But here you have it. Here is the finished Marilyn Manson, It's Likely Makeup inspired gothic dragcon look. You guys wanted so bad, so here we are. Of course you can wear this on Halloween, you can wear this every day if you want, you can wear this whenever, or just do it for fun, take some photos, because I love the no eyebrows look. I think it looks really cool, especially in photos. Let me know what other makeup looks you'd like me to recreate or create in general. I do really want to do like an all mustard makeup tutorial because I got some really good mustard colors and I just really want to use them. So, and it's my favorite color. So I definitely am going to be doing that one. But besides that, what other ones do you want to see me do as far as beauty videos go? I hope you guys enjoyed and I will talk to you soon. Bye.